Transformers reviews, tech and the news, whatever else I use as a muse. Hit subscribe, I appreciate the views. Influences interest on YouTube. Hey, this is Influence. Thank you for joining me today. I'm going to review the Backbone, the PlayStation branded Backbone for Android specifically. Now there's two versions, one for iPhone and one for Android. iOS and Android, and this is the PlayStation version of the Backbone, which is their sponsored version. I mean, I guess it's official. Let's bust this open and see what's going on. If I can get it open. Here we go. Nice velvety cover. Open that up. You got this, which is for the app. There is a dedicated app. You got a little bit of instructions to snap your phone in and start the playing. You got this, which is the Backbone itself. Goes apart to put your phone in here. Goes by USB-C, so there's no wireless, nothing. So it shouldn't be any lag too much. And you just gotta play safe. Safety guide. We're not gonna fool with that. Nah, let's hook it up and get it together. Got my phone. Quite easy to do this. Just kind of rest it over here and then pull this out and it falls in. It's a little difficult, but it's not hard because it barely fits this phone, but it's right on, and it kind of turns it into like a stream deck or something like that, or whatever. So I've already downloaded the app. There's an app you got to download. As soon as you put it in, the app comes up. You see the app, so then you can roll through, and it's cool because it acts just like a gamepad. Like you can just use this for everything. It acts just like a streamer. And then you have all the games. You have games that's for PlayStation remote. You got games that's for other stuff. So, and basically you have, let me get that out. I don't know, copyrights. See, it shows games. Let's go back to this screen. So you have buttons over here. You have the share button, so you push that and then you can cast just like you could any on YouTube or Twitch or wherever your streaming is. You have this over here. This is like kind of your home button. You can go back. You got this, which kind of opens up all this stuff over here. You got the chat and just got all of this stuff. So you got the PlayStation, Call of Duty. I don't know why Call of Duty's over there. I don't play Call of Duty, but then you got these guys. These are some people that are in my contacts, I guess. Let me not show them because they might not be want to be shown. Let's jump into it. So first, let's try Asphalt because it's the only game I have that's standalone. Then you jump in. Just want to race. I just want to. Can I race? Just want to race. Just want to race. I don't know anything about this game. Just want to get into some of the gameplay. I don't know who's played this before. I haven't. Uh-oh. Messed up. I mean, I have played it a little bit. Get that turbo boost going. Hit that ramp. Too late. And there's no lag at all. There I am. I guess I did good. I don't know. But then when you want to go back to the menu, you just hit that button. You can go back. Now let's play some remote. Play. You can jump right in. Play some remote. So let's just jump into Spider-Man just because I had it open already. So it don't take forever. Then we're gonna just demo. Let's just go to. There you are. And you can see it's virtually lag free. It's not all the way lag free, but I think I did play a game where not a first person shooting game, but The Division, and it was great.
Gotta remember to scope this construction site for Yuri.
And everything, you have all the PlayStation buttons that you need, which is what makes this great as well. It does take some getting used to because this pad is so far apart because it's apart from the phone. Now, if you had a smaller phone, it might be a little better, but it is a lot bigger than a PlayStation controller. So, I mean, that may be, but if you play a lot of mobile games, this is probably a must. So you have every button, like all the buttons you need. Everything you need. And then you can go here if you need to push. You don't have that button, so. But this is all remote right now, so I'm controlling my whole PS5 through remote. You got media. I wonder if you can play media through remote. Oh yeah, you can't play the media. Just was wondering, I didn't know. So then when you're done, you can just do that and roll. And you got that, and then you got your phone, throw it in your pocket. All in all, it depends on what you're doing with this. It's a great purchase. It has just some features. I like that they thought of a lot of stuff like the camera bump. So they have this little thing here that kind of raises up the phone a little bit, so it's more evenly distributed across this thing. My phone is probably the biggest phone you can get in Android, so it's definitely going to fit all phones, but some phones may be floppier in here if they're not as big. I guess some of the pluses is just having a controller that you don't need batteries for. You can just hook up to the phone. You have a charger here where you can pass through. So you plug it in and it automatically will charge your phone. You have a headphone jack over here, so for private gaming. And yeah, you see the back, it's nice. You have the 2 buttons up here, or I should say the 4. But some negatives, because everything has negatives. If you play PlayStation a lot, you may not be used to this. It's going to take some time getting used to this. I thought this was weird having the buttons like this, but it does work because there's not enough real estate. I assume that's why they put the buttons like this. I don't know. They could have just put these down here like the normal controller. I'm not sure why they did that, but it's not as bad. It does take some getting used to having these buttons up here. Like I said, if you play PlayStation, you will need to get used to these controllers, or this controller I should say, coming from that. But if you play a lot of mobile games, this is like a must. I mean, you can't beat it. These are pretty thin. That could be a negative. There's no feedback, of course. I mean, there's not enough electronics in here to have the same type of feedback that the PlayStation 5 controller has. And I guess just the form factor of it, you need to get used to how far apart it is, because you're like this depending on your phone. The closest you're going to be is probably like this, which it does get closer to being a regular controller when it's like this or like this. But if you have a giant phone, more than likely it's going to be like this. So just keep that in mind. I like that app. The app kind of streamlines everything, even though I wish you didn't really have to use the app. I haven't tried not using the app, so maybe you don't have to use the app, but I just don't know. I can't say for sure. Yeah, build quality is pretty nice. Feeling it just feels like a regular controller, a little bit lighter than say a PlayStation 5 controller, just because it doesn't have the haptics and all that stuff in there, all the extra electronics in there for the lights and all of that. So of course it's going to be lighter. And the buttons missing the pad, the touch pad. I wish they would have put like a button back here for the touch pad. That would have been great. You know, the touchpad on the PlayStation controller. So if you're playing a PlayStation game and you need that, like a lot of times that's the mat you bring up, you like, but on here there is no button, and I don't know if you could probably map it to one of these maybe, but I just don't know. So I'm mentioning it. All in all, is this worth the cash? That is up to you. If you're an avid mobile gamer and you like controllers and you want to have it on the go, and maybe you take a lot of flights, or maybe you take a lot of car rides where you're not driving, this would be great, and it would be well worth it. You would get your money's worth. If you're just playing remote PlayStation games, depending on how much you play them, I don't play remote PlayStation games that often, so it's not going to be that much for me, but I should say it's not going to get that much use out of it. But I don't know. It's in a weird space for me. Like it's a great thing. It does what it's supposed to do. So if this is something you're looking for, I definitely recommend it. But again, just take those caveats into play with what I said, you know, as far as like the buttons and the getting used to the controller and all of that stuff. All right then, we'll get over with you in another one, and thanks for watching this video.
You know, life ain't over, life ain't over, life ain't over. As long as you alive, you can give another try and take it real high if you want.